And here I'm back again, after I couldn't respawn randomly in the last video. And I spawned in front of some asshole. At least I could spawn in. Oh, and I ranked up by dying, nice. So yeah, welcome back to another video of Battlefield 5, a game that I still not really enjoy all that much, to be honest. And I wanted to talk earlier about why, but then a bug cut short the video, which is probably almost the point. So let's throw ammunition at some people. Okay. That sucks. But this is one thing I hate about this game, is that, in my opinion, it does not communicate the situation well to the player. And part of that are the graphics. I think it's extremely hard to pick out, you know, who's an enemy, who's, you know, a good guy, who's dead and twitching on the ground, and who's just, you know, prone. It's all... Or, you know, like that, you can't see these people. They're basically, they blend in with the background, and that's just terrible for a shooter. They should have put less development time into these destroyable buildings, which look cool, but are relatively annoying, if anything. Please tell me I didn't bug out again. No? Okay, good. And more into actually like making the maps playable. There's so much stuff in there that I find almost like non-functional and just there for show. Like the soundscape, it sounds awesome, but it's basically telling you almost nothing about what is going on in the battle, like from what direction you shot on, which weapons are used, how far away they are. It feels like a cacophony, like almost a sensory overload, where you can't mentally map out where anything is. Or another example, where does the map end here? Without looking at the minimap, I mean, just from looking at the map, where is the OOB area? It's so hard to tell. Is that an enemy? Ah, shit. He anticipated that. Okay, where do we respawn? Over here, C. And I'm pretty sure they have outflanked us in the north. Now, one thing that is, I think, a bit better in this map, but absolutely terrible in the bombed-out city one, is, like, whoa, maneuverability. I think there's a puck up there. By which I mean, back in Forgotten Hope 2.0, oops, we had this big problem with people getting stuck on small objects and not being able to properly maneuver through the map. And there was actually a huge initiative to fix that kind of stuff, taking collision meshes away from certain objects and so on. And now I play Battlefield 5, and it's like the same shit. Now on this map it's kind of fine, but especially that bombed out city is just terrible to maneuver in. You get stuck on so many little areas that, in my opinion, should just be like... I keep hitting the wrong button. I wanted to heal myself. That, in my opinion, you know, it should just be, you know, like in Counter-Strike, they do like maneuverability passes on their map, and they take care that they clip off areas where you're supposed to be able to go, even though there are maybe small objects or something. I thought that spotting system was gone, but somebody spotted that guy for me. Oh, that girl. Whoa, I actually one-shot the Bren gun carrier, that's cool. I didn't think the Pak 40 would be that powerful in a game like this. Interesting stuff. Okay, I need to get out of here. Maybe that guy can get me up. I think it's one of ours. Yeah. I keep forgetting which side I'm on because everything's basically the same. But I think we're German. Also not a good sign for immersion, by the way, if you need to figure out which side you're on in a World War II video game. By looking at a little icon on the top of your screen. Shit. This is a terrible spot. Again, look at how much shit is on my screen right now in terms of moving parts, in terms of special effects. And I'm getting fire from somewhere it's basically impossible to spot. Where's that coming from? I have no fucking clue. The sound isn't telling me. Now I actually saw him for a split second, but now there's again this very complex object in the way, where I'm not sure how it will exactly affect my bullet penetration and stuff like that. It's just unclear. The whole game is unclear and chaotic. That's an enemy. Got a headshot, 56 with a rifle caliber round. I assume this is a rifle caliber weapon, seems like a light machine gun. Although it does shoot a bit like an assault rifle. Yeah, you gotta go away, I guess. I have ammo for you. Did you kill him? I think so. Saw there's a movement over there. I think there's a puck over there as well. I'm dead. Yeah, for more reasons than one. Oh, nice, the Tiger in Narvik. It's interesting, but obviously the Tiger, no, didn't exist back then, but the Germans did use heavy tanks in Norway, the weird Neubaufahrzeug, which was like a multi-turreted tank, similar to some of the Russian tanks. I think it was the only campaign where they used them. Maybe they also used them in 1941 as like command vehicles, I think. Although I've never seen proof of that. But yeah, that could be an interesting vehicle. If you want to go for early weirdness, you know, early World War II weirdness and not do the standard stuff, why include a Tiger tank? Include a Neubaufahrzeug and go for the real weird shit. I think he was already damaged, but that's what I want, you know? People to be already damaged for the game to feel. Look at how he blended into the background, that's what I mean. I wonder if I should heal up, probably not. Then again, health matters a whole lot more in here than in FH2 because you don't die so quite as quickly. Where's that coming from? Again, like nothing you could see there. Wait, Oh, he was behind that? How? Can people look through bushes here? Do they not render on certain settings, like in FH2? I have to say though, this map here is a bit better in terms of readability simply because of the snowy setting. It makes it a bit easier to pick people out. Also, of course, bright light settings and so on. I need to build more stuff. I think that's actually a specialty of this class as well. Okay, no, that's one off. I assume that's like an anti-tank obstacle that you can build. Interesting. It reminds me a bit of Company of Heroes and stuff like that.
Attention! Objective Caesar has been lost!
Ah, they're in that loading bay area. Although, no, D is ours actually. Oh, again, it's so busy visually. Looks nice on screenshots, but in terms of playability, not sure it was the right call. Maybe. Okay, I shouldn't have engaged there, but I just am still in that mindset of if you hit somebody, they're dead, and then you can disengage. So if they don't die, I keep shooting just in the so that like a stray bullet catches them, like, you know, in a good game. Ah, they got C, huh? Where's that guy? Oh, there.
Munition fertig!
I didn't even hit him, but it resupplies him. That's actually weird. I wonder how that system works. I don't think I think the ammo boxes are actually more of a graphical effect, and in reality you're shooting like some kind of ray that is almost like target seeking. Like heat seeking. I'm pretty sure there's enemies there, but I cannot see anything because there's... Well, that guy had a dark uniform. Ah shit, I forgot I'm not a medic. Oh, I thought he was gone. Let's throw a Molotov at him. I'm glad I'm not burning right now, even though here I am actually in like a... Here I'm actually in a like fiery area, because in the devastation map you just randomly catch on fire when you go near vehicles. I think because there's some kind of server-side issue where they're technically destroyed, but the graphic doesn't play. At least that's my impression. It's just so much weird shit in this game. I wonder why they even put something like that. Why would you want to like randomly set your players on fire? That reminds me of those old FH2 maps where we had like random barbed wire and shit. Like, there's a reason we don't do that anymore. It's because players want to move through maps unimpeded and not randomly take damage. And of course doesn't help then when it's bugged. Oh, and that also pisses me off. You jump into cover somewhere and you glitch around, or the guy stands up. That also happens a lot. Like, what the fuck? You know how important it is that a player can just, you know, like, take cover? Hello, I don't know if you're seeing anything right now, but OBS just crashed. I had to tap out. Well, if you're not seeing anything right now, sorry about that. I just wanted to just end the video with my call out. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.